In this session, we want to discuss auditing removable drives, like your USB flash drive or your external hard drive. I'm sure that in your organization, at some point in time, you might have looked at the security risk that your organization might have if someone, for example, maybe a disgruntled employee, would try to transfer some sensitive data to his or her USB thumb drive or external hard drive. So this is the reason why we need to audit and why we have this audit policy. Now, in Server 2008 R2, we had a policy that allowed us to configure removable storage access, where we could say that a user was not able to store any data on a removable drive, but there was no way to track that user's attempt to use that removable drive. Now, in Server 2012, we now are able to do that with two policies. One policy here on the Advanced Audit Policy Configuration, Object Access. The two policies that we're looking at is Audit Removable Storage and Audit Handle Manipulation. And we use those policies to track user access to removable storage. Now let us go into group policy, and we're actually going to create that policy. So I want you to watch the steps carefully, because you're going to have to create the policy on your own. To create the removable drive access policy, we want to click on Tools and access Group Policy Management. We're going to expand Contoso, and we're going to right click on Group Policy Objects, click on New, and we want to type a name for this group policy object. We're going to call it Removable Drives Access. And we're going to press enter and click on OK to close the new GPO box. Now we need to find that policy. So we are going to expand Group Policy Objects, and we can see the policy here, Removable Drives Access. And we're going to right click on that policy, and we're going to edit it. We have to find that policy. So we're going to click on Computer Configuration, Policies, Windows Settings, Security Settings, and at the bottom of the name list here, we see Advanced Audit Policy Configuration. We're going to double click on that. And we want advanced policies. We're moving over to the left pane, and we're going to expand Advanced Audit Policies here. We're also going to expand Audit Policies by clicking here on the arrow to the left of the Audit Policy icon. And the policy that we want is Object Access. So we're going to click on Object Access. And on the right-hand pane, we can see that we have Audit Removable Storage. And we also have the Audit Handle Manipulation. So we're going to click on Audit Removable Storage, and we're going to configure the events for success and failure. And we're going to click on OK. And then we're going to go up to audit handle manipulation, and we're going to do the same thing. Configure the following events for success and failure. Remember, if you're not sure what your event means, you can always click on the Explain tab to the right of policy. We want to go ahead and click on OK. So we now have configured those two policies. And remember that to view the results of your audit, you would have to go into Event Viewer under the Security section. And there are two audits that you're going to look for. One is failure and one is success. The event for failure is event 4656. And the event for success is event 4663 under the Security tab in Event Viewer. We want to close Group Policy Management Editor, and we want to link that policy that we created to the Contoso domain. You might have created an organizational unit where you might, in your organization, link the policy to your particular organizational unit if you did not want to link that policy to the domain. Remember that it's best practice to create an organizational unit, put your users or your computers in that organizational unit, and then link the policy to the organizational unit. In our lab example, we're using Contoso, but it will be the same process. You would right-click on the OU, or in our case here, the domain, and you would select Link an Existing GPO. From the GPO list, you would select the one that you created. In our case, it's Removable Drive Access. Click on that one, and you select OK. And that is your Removable Drive Access Audit policy. And anyone who is in the OU or anyone who is in the domain will be affected by this policy. Please remember that when you create a policy, you should always go to your prompt and do a GP update to update that policy. This is the end of our session on auditing removable drives. And you can now go and try this lab in the lab section. Thank you very much for listening.